Well. Just when you thought maybe Texas was coming into its own right, maybe Texas is finally back, even though it's never really been there. I mean, they've won 3 or 4 national championships, but as far as being back, as far as being a blue blood, you can't be back if you're not yet considered a blue blood. In my opinion, you're not quite there yet, but they get a great victory over Oklahoma yesterday, and like I said, leave it to Texas to find a way to basically come out looking like a constipated spastic. That's exactly what they looked like yesterday after their win over Oklahoma. They had to do something that just speaks volumes of how spastic that town is down there in the middle of Texas called Austin. Let's talk about it.
Good morning, everyone. Obviously disappointed about last night. It was a hard-fought game, but we are so close I can taste it, so close I can feel it in every fiber of my being. I knew this would be a hard-fought game, but when you tell your QB1 to place a ball between a receiver and defender, you expect a better fucking ball in the fourth quarter. Miller Moss threw 2 interceptions like son of a bitch, Things like that just piss me off, and if we don't have those, we win that damn game.
This is the home of the Common Joe and the Common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. People say I don't say that enough anymore, so there it is. And now, coming riding on in once again, it's the Outlaw Posse. Now, in effect, and today's 4 horsemen shout-outs go to Mike Happy, Fred Bagley, Jack Acker, and Becca Has Thoughts. And we have 2 new posse members that are mounted up and saddled up and ready to go, and they got their badge today, getting deputized today, are Marshall Jenkins and Rowan Presents are now in the Outlaw Posse, and they'll get their random 4 horseman shout-outs must possibly be the comment of the day, and that's not but $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. It's just a little join button over by the subscribe button, and get your badge and get deputized. Also, I can be found on Twitter, aka X, at OCF Productions. Now, getting right to it here, seems like Texas, even in a victory, a very resounding victory, a very impressive victory for Texas, gets tainted because they go and do something after the game that's maybe considered a little reaching, maybe even a little weird, and maybe emasculated in how they went and planted their little flag at the middle of the field on Baker Mayfield's jersey, of all people. Now, I did come to find out right before I done this video and before I done the lead up from Jonathan Lewis that actually Baker Mayfield was talking some smack before the game this weekend, which was a couple of days ago. I think maybe it was on game day or somewhere like that. I'm not sure where it was. But that sort of explains why they got Baker Mayfield's jersey and done that. So it don't seem quite as weird now. But it still reeks of being emasculated by a player that played for Texas. Oh, not Texas. He played for Oklahoma. What was it? 7, 8 years ago, 10 years ago? It's been a while. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring these videos up real quick to show you the spastic, emasculated constipation that is Texas. Even after a big victory, they find a way to make everything weird. And then we'll touch on a little bit more after these videos, and I'll tell you exactly what I think Texas needs to do going forward if they want to maybe get out of the shadow of Oklahoma, which is what they're still under somewhat. Let's bring this up for y'all right now. One more time. I already cut a hole in it. Look, they had to cut the hole in it. Look, you can't even get the flag to stand up. Watch it. It's just falling. It's falling. Now, for the other one.
Really odd move by Texas here after they dominated Oklahoma. They go to plant the flag at midfield, fair. But they plant it right there on a Baker Mayfield jersey. I love talking trash. I love the idea of planting the flag after a big win. They're bragging with the aftermath. Why are y'all targeting Baker Mayfield? I know he's known for the good old disrespectful flag planting, but I could argue his most famous one, most disrespectful one, this was Ohio State. This had nothing to do with Texas. Also, he kind of owned Texas when he was in the Red River Rivalry. This was 2016 and 2017, though. It's been 7 and 8 years since he was even in the game. Texas is
7 or 8 years. It's a long time, but like I said, in Texas's defense, he did sort of trudge it back up a couple of days ago, which I didn't know before I started making this video. There's a little hole they ripped in there. I went ahead and stopped this mid video so I don't get flagged for it or whatever.
So far in his rearview mirror right now, it's really weird to just all of a sudden target him 8 years later when he's no longer involved in the rivalry. And when he was involved in it, he was your daddy. If you're going to plant the flag on an Oklahoma jersey, I understand the move. But why not go after somebody like Danny Stutzman, who actually played in the game and recently was trash talking? This was a year ago. Texas fears Oklahoma. Go after somebody who's actually in the game, somebody your own size that can kind of defend himself and that was actually a part of the result. Don't target a guy who's long gone and then pose with the results after. Weird move. But Texas is the best team in the country. After a butt whooping like that, they can pretty much do whatever they want because nobody can stop them. Really odd move by Texas here after they
Actually, they're not actually the best team yet, brother. First of all, the little ending there wasn't very good for you. They've got to they still got to win a lot of games, and they still got to play Georgia next week, and they got to play Vanderbilt, Nashville. So Texas fans, don't make this your end all like Alabama did with Georgia in a way. Because people can sneak up on you in the SEC at any time. And you haven't got long to come down off of this big win over Oklahoma, and you got to play Georgia in Austin. But what Texas is going to have to do, man, if you want to move on and show that Oklahoma is not in the back of your minds and emasculating you, when you have a victory like this, maybe you should think about not even planting a flag. Acting like, it's something that you expected to do. And like he said, I don't never remember Baker really planting a flag after the Red River Rivalry. He may have, but he done that against Ohio State. So I don't know. It's a little reaching, but like I said, at first I didn't understand it, and I thought it was just massive spastic emasculation by Texas. There's still some emasculation going on, considering they're 2-5 the last 7 games, I think, and 8-17 the last 25. Oklahoma's pretty much owned you. Your success has been fleeting. You had a nice little run under Mac Brown, and then it just went away. Same thing's happening with Steve Sarkisian right now. I think y'all going to have a nice little run once Arch Manning and some of those recruits weed their way out. Sarkisian's never been known to be a great recruiter of defensive players. I think eventually Steve will go back to being a middle-of-the-road coach, maybe an 8-4, 9-3 type. So enjoy it while it lasts, Texas, because usually if history does repeat itself, as people say, and like it has done for the last 100-something years, this won't last long for you, Texas. So you better enjoy it while you can because, like I said, the last time you was this successful under Mac Brown, that didn't really last that long, about a 4 or 5 year period. And even further back, it took y'all a while to get to the Mac Brown days. After Darrell K. Royal left, y'all basically off and on would look like you were back, and then you really weren't. And you didn't do shit until Mac Brown got. So it was like, 25 or 30 years before you're relevant again? All I'm saying is pump the brakes, Texas. Pump the brakes. It's a long season. You got a long way to go. And maybe one day, if you can maybe beat Oklahoma at least 2 or 3 years in a row, maybe the emasculation will start to subside. And that's all I got to say about that. If you don't mind, there's a little heart option down here with a money dollar sign in the middle at the bottom. If you want to make a one-time donation to the program, help keep the lights on, smash that heart, throw a few dollars in the coffers. Also, I have a Cash App. It's in the scroll. If you want to cut the middleman out, hit me up on that Cash App. Also, there's that Outlaw Posse membership that you saw those guys got earlier, got their badge and deputized. $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. just a half a bottle of water for the outlaw. And then there's the big four that are all free that can actually really help me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Subscriptions are most important. They get us bigger and better. Make this party crunk. Get us to 5,000 subs. We're almost there. So share it out to your friends. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.